Yep, another gorgeous day here in Washington at the National Cathedral. They are cleaning up whatever the heck party happened last night. It went on pretty late. I'm not really sure what this was all about, but it was quite a shindig that I was not invited to. I believe there's a service going on, that's why I should try to be relatively peaceful and calm cutting across, not like a bat out of hell. Yeah, there's a funeral mass. Private service, guests only. This Sunday is the blessing of the animals on the front steps. Everybody brings their pets over to the cathedral and they come out and give a blessing of the animals. Maybe we can come and see that this Sunday if I'm around. We're going to make our way down to the White House today, but actually I'd prefer to go to the U.S. Capitol. That's where all the action is today. There's some speculation that Biden may even go to the Capitol today. Wow, listen to the brakes. Do they stink or what? Yep, they stink. A little relaxing yoga here at Washington Circle, down by the campus of George Washington. We're just a few blocks from the White House, where we're going to start our journey today. I mean, yeah, of course we started at the cathedral, but it hasn't been that much interesting so far. Okay, we are back on a bike that doesn't sound like a fire truck every time you hit the brakes. See, nice and calm, nice and easy braking action. This is the World Bank, IMF. This is actually the IMF, International Monetary Fund. And I think they're at about like 20% operational, like in person. Most of the IMF is still work from home, as are the World Bank's employees, as are most of the US government employees. Alrighty, let's just go down this way to the White House. The IMF fountain wall is working today. I don't know what it looks like on the camera, but it's all like a waterfall running down. And that building over there, that is the World Bank headquarters. Now, I say headquarters, reality is they've got like 6 buildings all around this area. What the hell was that noise? That was weird. Well, that was a strange noise. I'm just having some weird luck today with my... Okay, we are back at action. We're going to go down Pennsylvania a bit. It's more fun now to ride on the street instead of that little sidewalk. It'd be more fun, even better, to drive out here. So here we are, the Hate Won't Make America Great protester and the Uyghurs. Independence for East Turkestan. I guess that's what they call it, East Turkestan. I got cars behind me and cars in front of me. Not a lot of press activity today. I think the press is all up at the Capitol. The Marine is there, of course, but nothing much else. Okay, we're down on 17th Street. This is the visitor's entrance. Pretty quiet. I don't see any signs of a motorcade over here. If there was a motorcade, it'd probably go the other side, shortest route to the Capitol. It might be a little too early for that. We do have some motorcycle here, though. Maybe he's... and we do have a police cruiser blocking the road. So maybe they are getting ready for something. Let's cut across the ellipse and see what we can see on the south lawn. See if we can see something setting up. What do we got going on? Not a whole lot different than we've seen every other day. Let's go around this guy. Oh, we do have a couple vehicles up there. And so there are a couple vehicles up over by the Oval Office. That's not abnormal. That's actually probably most days they have that. But if there's going to be a motorcade, I would think they'd come out over here. And we don't see much sign of anything going on over here. So, well, rephrase that. Anything going on yet. We're gonna head up to the Capitol and see what's going on over there. Ooh, there's like a party going on over here in Freedom Plaza. Lots of rental trucks and tents. Maybe that's related to whatever's going on the mall today, or this weekend. Oh, poor. So this is an abortion justice rally. Let's see what the other rally is gonna be over on the mall. It was a big production. Fences and tents. And so here's the IRS building. You guys are always asking me, is it boarded up? Oh no, it's not boarded up. I mean, the curtains are down. I mean, you can see right here. Yeah, curtains. Not curtains, but blinds. Oh, those blinds are up. They're open up there, up and up there. Those are all open up on the second and third floor. Here's a lamp. But it's not boarded up. And there's the FBI building. Over there's a vehicle coming out of the employee exit. FBI cops, and there's FBI looking dudes with the shaved haircuts. And it's still around. I hear music up there. Oh, there's somebody running around up there. Like some sort of workout. Maybe the guys are like playing music as they can do construction, because that construction is going on over here. Let's go down this way, around the Department of Justice. Fence is closed though. They got their sandbags on their driveway. This is all the Federal Triangle. The triangle, I always say Federal Triangle. You guys are like, why do you say Federal Triangle? This is a triangle shape, yeah? Pennsylvania Avenue, Constitution Avenue, down to 14th Street. And if you look at it from a Google Map point of view, it's an actual triangle. So that is the Federal Triangle where a lot of government offices are located, including the archives. Now, if you take a look at Google and type Federal Triangle flooding, you'll see massive photos of that building like having 6 feet of water inside the basement, and this road being flooded out. Because Federal Triangle is kind of low-lying. I think it actually used to be a canal, now that I remember. This used to be a canal. Calling you, saying hot dogs. Whoa, it's a truck! Oh, look at all the trucks, man. Cool. Is that what this thing is all about? Somebody had told me there was like a big truck protest or something like that. Like truckers were coming out to talk about taxes and driving conditions. Maybe, just maybe, that is what we saw setting up the other day. Because down there are the tents and the platforms we saw setting up, and up here are the trucks. Guys, give me money if I start singing Convoy. Truckosaurus! Ohio. Another guy from Ohio. Maryland. Ohio. There's a Trump sign. There's some guys. Oh. Okay, this is weird. Bunch of people ballerinas. Truckers are the backbone of America. So I remember reading there was going to be a protest about trucking. Okay, it's called the Trucker's Final Mile. It's one scary ass thing. Okay, so this is a scavenger hunt. So some guys are ordering a scavenger hunt. Okay, all types. Different. All right, let's go look at the truck some more. Trucker's Final Mile. So I guess that's this, but I don't think this is the same as on the other side. Unless it's one big, big convention of truckers. Oh, yet another one. National Domestic Violence Rally. It's just rally time, isn't it? There are just rallies everywhere. I bet there's one at the Supreme Court. The way things are going today. Some camera crew over here. I wonder if... Yep, the camera is still here. The temporary camera is still here. Isn't it amazing how they do that? Temporary camera system went up for the Justice for J6 rally, and it didn't come down. The fences went up, but they didn't come down. But the camera remains. Ugly, intrusive. The Capitol grounds are open today. Yesterday, when they thought Biden might be coming up here, they had closed off the parking lot. But now, not the case. The pressure's off a bit. Now that they've funded that little thing. I'm not sure who's in session right now. I think the House is having a caucus meeting, which means one party is meeting, but not the other. Look at all the leadership Suburbans. The flag is up, so the House is in session now. Technically, but they might be in like a adjourned, subject to the call of the chair kind of thing. These are all actual congressmen's cars. They all have different plates. If you're a congressman or a staffer from the home district, you can keep your local license plates and local taxes. So a congressman from New Mexico doesn't pay Washington, D.C. taxes. He pays New Mexico taxes. And if the staffer is from that district, he can also have an arrangement. And they can keep their local license plates. So we see New Jersey, Massachusetts, U.S. government, Georgia, Massachusetts again, some local tags. But nice little setup. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, let's spin over the Supreme Court, see what's going on over there. Oh, there is a group of people looking kind of weird over there. Possible protest. I told you we could find one. It's either protest or the press. Oh, it's the woman with her big horn. The woman with the big horn who blows it at the White House. There she goes. Yep, horn lady is returned. So these guys are doing some, I don't know what they're doing. Cheerleading? Yoga? Yep, Abortion protesters. Abortion protesters. And some camera crews have shown up here because it was announced today that Justice Kavanaugh tested positive for COVID. So he'll be locked up. There's some abortion protesters, some TV crews. They're not really that organized right now here. Okay. So we are down at the Navy Yard, though this is not actually part of the U.S. Navy anymore. It used to be where they would build the big guns and have a shipbuilding facility and all sorts of other heavy gear, but now not so much. Now it's been turned over to private developers who've renovated some of those old buildings and have put in restaurants and shops and whatnot. In fact, that building right over there, historic one, is being marketed right now. Okay, let's find ourselves a bike rack. I think there's one over to my right. Bulgogi tacos, steak tacos, Korean style. So this is Fort McNair. This is where the conspirators in the assassination of Abraham Lincoln were tried, convicted, and executed. And it only opens up like 4 times a year can you go see that courthouse. The rest of the time, it's all locked up. One day we'll get on the base and see that. Now, pre-9/11, you used to be able to just ride your bicycle out onto the base. It was really quite nice. Now, there's actually signs saying, don't even take a photograph of this base, citing a 1930s era law, which I personally think is overbroad. So, you know, if they want to have a court case, come after me. I'm ready for that one. So here we are at the Titanic Memorial. To the brave men who perished in the wreck of the Titanic, April 15th, 1912. They gave their lives that women and children might be saved. Well, some of them. I mean, I saw the movie. That guy faked it. Someone playing the saxophone, idling away the day out on Haynes Point. That is a peninsula of land. I think it's actually man-made, to be honest, or man-made enhanced as part of the Washington Channel tidal basin system. So that's the DC Fireboat Station, but I want to take you over here for a second. Down in this maze of 1960s era urban renewal, because there's some old houses down here. In the 1960s, they basically bulldozed all of Southwest DC, which at the time was kind of a slum, and replaced it with modern housing. You can see the sort of, I don't know, 1960s Woody Allen sleeper kind of houses they built over there. But there's one little row of houses over here that did not get knocked down, and that is Wheat Row. This is known as Wheat Row. Now, Wheat Row was built in about 1794 to 1795, and it's some of the oldest houses, residential houses, in Washington, D.C. Some historians argue that it's actually based on a dormitory at Harvard called Hollis Hall. It's down here, you see a bunch of police cars and boats. That's because we're at the D.C. Police and Fireboat Marine Harbor Patrol Unit. This is the pier where the police and fireboats are based. It actually looks like they're doing a school group visit. Some kids visiting. But the maritime units of the DC Police and Fire Department actually have a very large area to patrol. You see, all the water of the Potomac and the Anacostia is considered Washington, D.C., even up to the Virginia side. So it's, what, 10 by 10, and you got to pick out the middle. What's that, 100 divided by? The smell of the sea. Why do we have the smell of the sea? Because this is the fish market. This is Washington, D.C. We also know as the fish boats. These are the fresh fish, crabs, oysters, etc. brought in from the bay and the ocean and sold. And, lots of crabs, lots of shrimp. Whatever you want. Mussels, perch. We got salmon, catfish. Okay, back down to the National Mall. You can see the Washington Monument off in the distance there. I'm down at the tidal basin, which means on my left, you should see the Jefferson Memorial in just a moment. There it is. You watch my videos from last week, we went out there. We're gonna make our way down this direction and check in on the White House probably, and then head back home. Oh, what time is it? It's 12:40. They're scheduled to leave Andrews in an hour and 20 minutes, so we should be able to see something. If they're gonna motorcade. Oh, Pennsylvania Avenue is being closed off. Indication that they are going to do something. Perhaps a motorcade. Can I still get in the park? I guess I can. So we've got some police cars down on that street, 17th Street. We've got looks like some bike units. So maybe we've got something running. Let me go over and take a check. Here's some daily protesters. And this is the Korean woman. Truth conductor. Pretty big crowd out here. Alrighty. Marine's still out there.
I even have, like I said, clean sheets in my dryer.
So this is 20th and E Street, and this is one of the largest homeless camps in this section of the city. Though there are other parts of the city that are even bigger. A tent city has existed here since, well, mostly since the days of COVID, when the government decided to stop expelling people from the tent cities. But they say this one is going to be closed down soon. The government is going to try to find homes for these people. So let's make our way over the Rock Creek and into Georgetown's Harbor District. And then we're going to head back up into Northwest. We'll take a glance at the Vice President's house just in case the helicopter decides to show up. But I think it's going to be a motorcade. That's some sort of airplane art. And there's the Potomac. Alrighty, so the C&O Canal here in Georgetown, nice and relaxing. There's water flowing over the locks. There's the canal boat for tourists, in which there's not any tourists right now. Oh, it's quite fun. So this is the C&O Canal in Georgetown. This used to be a shipping canal for barges coming down from the Pennsylvania area, western Maryland. Now it's just basically a bicycle path and a tourist canal. It's not actually, it's only flooded in sections. Other sections, it's basically just a big ditch. But the bicycle trail continues for over 100 miles. I can ride this crushed gravel bike trail about 150 miles, I think. If I felt like it, if the battery on my electric bike would go that far. So there's a scene in The Exorcist on this bridge where the priest is talking to a policeman. If you watch the film closely. Alrighty, there we go. Over here is the painted bridge. This was actually a canal bridge for canal boats to cross via bridge over to the Virginia side of the river, where they could be offloaded easier than going through all the locks here in Georgetown. So this bridge, I think it was called Three Sisters Bridge. There was originally going to be a new bridge called Three Sisters Bridge. Used to be a boat bridge, but now it is a graffiti magnet here in the Georgetown area. And no, I'm not going any farther to the edge. Not on a bike. That's Key Bridge over to Virginia. Let's turn around here. So up there, that last house on the right, that's the Exorcist house I always show you, and the staircase is just off to the right there. So that's the Exorcist stairs from the movie. Just so you guys have a point of reference to my other broadcasts, let's get back on this canal trail. Now down there is an abandoned railroad track that's been converted into a bike trail. We'll actually connect into that in about a mile or so. Ah, bugs. Just threw a bunch of gnats. So there's a Potomac on my left, and the canal is here on my right. Pretty area. You know what? Let's just ride up to the edge of the District of Columbia, right? Right on up to the Maryland border. We'll take this canal a couple miles. Here we go. I knew there was a bike trail connection. Finally, on the asphalt. So up here is the little parking lot, an old canal master, a lockmaster's house, and what's known as Fletcher's boathouse, where you can rent canoes and kayaks and go out in the Potomac or out into the canal. So this is the old abandoned railroad tracks. This used to supply coal and do shipping from the port of Georgetown up into Maryland, and we'll see some of that railroad left over in a bit. But right now it's basically just a bike trail. So old railroad track beds make really good bike lanes, yeah? When they rip up all the ties and put down asphalt. We're still following the C&O Canal, but we're gonna verge off in a bit and head up into Maryland, Bethesda area. Have to cross a bridge though, and go through a tunnel. Well, here comes the bridge. It's actually two bridges. The railroad company had two different bridges, leftover bridges, that they brought down and connected. So the style of the first part of the bridge is completely different from the second part of the bridge, because it's basically just two bridges smooshed together to make one long bridge over the canal and over this parkway. So here's the second bridge. But hey, it worked and was probably a lot cheaper. So up here is an old train tunnel. Here we go. just wide enough for an old locomotive. Pretty spooky, yeah? They have little hideouts. If you got stuck in the tunnel, you could hide there, I guess, as the train passes. And then we come out the other side. That's pretty cool. Great. I just got a report that the president might be making his way to Capitol Hill this afternoon. Don't know when, to meet with the Democrats. So we thought that might happen this morning. It's easier for me to just keep going forward and then spin around later. So we're going to keep up on this trail and try to figure out what's going on and then sort out the rest of the day. So I just got an update from Google. Google says the best way back to my place is actually to go back through this tunnel and loop up on the other side. I didn't even see that other side. But we'll trust our Google overlords when it comes to mapping directions. So somewhere on the right here is a bike path that goes up and over this tunnel, I think. And I don't see it. Google, you lying. Oh, maybe it's the next road. Honestly, I don't trust Google. I think what's going to be the best option is for me to go back the way I came. The reason is it's all downhill. And I can probably fly quite quickly back into Georgetown. So back to the double bridge, and then we'll keep going down the canal. Oof. All right, it's only about, I don't know, 4 or 5 miles to Georgetown. We should be able to get there pretty quick, I hope. And from there, maybe find a quicker mode of transport back up to Capitol Hill. Kind of a race, racing down the hill. We'll see if we can get there in time. That didn't take that long. Yeah, we're back by the Watergate Hotel, making our way to the White House. And we'll see if we can catch this motorcade on the way to Capitol Hill. It's a better view of the homeless camp I showed you earlier. Yep, this is where it's going to roll out of. Don't know when though. But they're getting set to lock up everything. Counter sniper too. Here we go. So that's the IED car with the antennas. And then the second car after that. Yep. There he is. There goes the press.
Okay, this is the spot.
Sorry guys, we have to like go to the side. We've been waiting for a really long time.
So there's the war wagon back there.
Yeah, he just walked into the Capitol. Hopefully they're going to make a deal.
Progressives calling for him to hold the line. There goes Roadrunner and Hammer. So guys, that's Friday. I'm exhausted, which means you're probably going to see this video on Saturday. I'm going to bed. Good night.
So that was for Nighthawk 1.
Nighthawk 1, Nighthawk 1, 3023.
3023, Route 1, PT6 Alpha.
Nighthawk 1 through.
West Tower, Nighthawk 1, we're here landing, sure.
Nighthawk 1, roger that, radio service to me, exchange brief, okay?
Oh, here he comes.
Watch Tower, Marine 1 is with you, proceeding as briefed.
Marine 1, Watch Tower, altimeter 3023, proceed as brief.
3023.
Yeah, they'll pick him up in Anacostia.
Marine 1, radar contact.
Marine 1.
One contact, Potomac departure 125.65.
2565, Marine 1 applied to switches.